Hey, what's going on, scholars? It's your professor here, Enlightened Enlisted, and it is hard to believe that a year has passed since Enlisted came into being. Today's video is going to be a 1-year check-in, not only my own story with Enlisted, but the state of the game a year later. For those of you who watched the stream, you are familiar with the story of how I found Enlisted. I was streaming Company of Heroes 2 under a different account, and I wanted to make a brand that represented my background, not only for history, but my enlisted career in the Marine Corps. After sitting down with Liz for a few hours, we came up with the name Enlightened Enlisted. I was looking to make my Twitter handle, and I wanted it to be Enlisted Game, but that was already taken by the official Enlisted account. So I had to settle for Gaming Enlisted. I did, however, take some time to look at their tweets from that official account, and I saw the words historically accurate World War II first-person shooter. Now, back in the day, I played a lot of Red Orchestra 2, and the fact that this game was free to play was too good to pass up. After getting her loaded up onto my PC, I fell in love with the gunplay. It is truly the best feature of this game. Its perfect level of action and realism made me dump hours after hours into this game. All of this while streaming Company of Heroes 2 on Twitch. Finally, I made the switch about 8 months ago to streaming Enlisted only and making content here on YouTube, and as they say, the rest is history. Currently, the game is in a very interesting state. With the 4 campaigns, you have 2 different groups of players. One who want to max out everything and are chomping at the bit to grind out the next campaign, and those people who are just playing their one campaign or still working to max out. And between those 2 groups, you're going to have a very different experience. Because if you've spent any time on the subreddits or the forums or even watching some of my content, you know there's been a lot of discussion about balance. If you dive deep into the mechanics of the game, you would find that infantry-based gameplay is honestly pretty balanced across the campaigns. But in order for you to have that balance, you pretty much have to get to the middle or late tier progression. Now, there are a few problems even outside of that. I mean, like the FG-42 being able to be equipped to every squad member, no matter what the class, is an example. But I mean, I can recall running around akimbo with the 1887 shotguns in Modern Warfare 2, just thinking, dear God, these are OP as fuck. So, I mean, a player is going to find an exploit if it's there. Now, I'm not saying that the devs shouldn't do anything to strive to fix these things, but it's kind of hard to do in some ways. Even with these unbalances that we have between the campaigns and those factions, the gunplay still makes up for it. I mean, how refreshing is it to have such an action-packed game with a quick time to kill, and just having historically accurate weapons without silencers or red dots or all this other crazy stuff Call of Duty does. Planes is one of the best examples of how they've balanced the game out a little bit better. I mean, I can remember when planes were super OP, and now I feel like they're in a good spot. I know a lot of people are angry about it, but it's actually good. I mean, I generally enjoy getting in my SBD-3 and bombing an AB-41 into the dirt. I would like to see that, CAS aircrafts were a little bit easier to kill. I mean, when I'm in my SBD-3, I kind of feel like I'm untouched in the air. But God bless all you fighter pilot players out there that are keeping the skies clear despite your XP disadvantage. This brings me to my next point. The player base's mindset. Again, you will have a split between the XP focused and the enjoyers of just the game. I wish more players fell into the latter of the two, but it is so hard not to become XP focused when the grinding is so long for the individual player that you basically are looking for a way to speed up the process any way you can. I really do hope in the coming year, Darkflow looks at a way to make that process a little bit shorter for you guys, especially you free-to-play players. And one of the ways I think they can do that is buffing XP that you receive for capturing objectives, planting the bomb on demolition, or even defusing the bomb on demolition. You should be able to get some stuff for that. Next year, I also hope that they start lowering the prices on those premium squads, and that's something I really agree with Dog for Life about. He made that video about how premium squads were overpriced, and you were basically throwing away your money. Now, I don't agree with this on every squad, but I do think that $50 for a tank is way too much, and that needs to be way lower, probably around like 15 bucks, honestly. The game has some great features, and I do feel that the devs are working to improve them and the community. Hopefully, we will see an addition of players going into the holidays, and Darkflow finally deciding to add the game to Steam. I'm going to keep trying to grow the community in my own little way here on YouTube and on my Twitch channel, even on Twitter. So if you guys aren't following me on all of those, please go ahead and do so. And I want to wish you guys a happy birthday, and hopefully you enjoyed this last year of Enlisted gameplay and are looking forward to the next year. And as always, scholars, remember, hit those books and hit those bottles. Cheers.